back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I have a really exciting video. I have created this makeup look with the Dose of Colors collab with DESI and KATY. Their collection, oh my gosh, I know you guys have already seen it all over YouTube, but I only got mine yesterday because I live in the UK and it is absolutely insane. I've created this makeup look. I'm not going to go on about it too much in the introduction because you'll see it all throughout the video. But if you want to see how I created this makeup look and what I thought of their products, as well as swatches and dupes and my review at the end, then just keep on watching. Before we get into the tutorial, can we just take a second to appreciate this background? It's changed a little bit. I know it's still the fairy lights and stuff like that, but I've started putting LED lights behind me, so I'm getting a little bit of hair light, which I think looks so much nicer. It gives me a little bit of dimension and kind of separates my skin from the wall, if that sort of makes sense. I've got them on, I've got like LED lights, like 2 LED lights on a stand. I'm just going to quickly move out of the way so you guys can see it there. And then I've got a LED light on the bed as well, just to create kind of like a halo. I don't really know if it's working, but quick story time about that. I've got a light stand that's got LED lights, and I wanted to put them up because for ages I was just resting them on my bed on like boxes, on makeup boxes, and then putting my LED lights. So I asked my mum, I was like, oh mum, I'm gonna get some tripods from Amazon Prime. Got some tripods and they came and my dad was like, why have you got tripods? What camera are you using these tripods with? This tripod was just like £10, so I just picked it up because I know it's nothing that I really want it for that's special. It's just to hold the lights up. And he was like, why have you got a tripod? Didn't you want a light stand? And I was like, oh, yes. I wanted a light stand, but I bought a tripod. Obviously didn't know the difference. So he ended up giving me one, bless him. He ended up giving me one of his anyway. So that's, thank you Dad for that. And thank you for making my background basically. I think it looks a lot nicer. But without further ado, let's just get into the tutorial. So I've just quickly clipped my hair back. I just needed it out of my way, out of my face. And we're going to start off with brows. So for brows, I'm going to use what I usually use. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. And then I'm going to be taking a little bit of this on an angle brush and just doing short hair-like strokes, filling in my brows and keeping to the shape of them. Just filling them in a little bit to fill in any gaps. Okay, so now that my brows are in place, I'm going to be going over just with some, I would be if I didn't drop it. Okay, so now that my brows are on, I'm just going to be going over with a little bit of Makeup Forever's clear brow gel, and I'm just going to brush this through to set them in place, but also brush them out so they look a little bit more natural. Now to clean up the brows a little bit, I'm going to be using LA Girl's Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer in the shade Creamy Beige. It's kind of like got a yellow undertone to it, and it is fairly light. I'm going to pop this using a BHCOSMETICS No. 9 brush, just a small detailer brush. Just taking that underneath the brows and then just buffing that out just to give me some really nice sharp brows. Create a bright, does that plain care? Now I'm going to be taking a little bit of MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. It is a little bit of a lighter colour, but what it's going to do is it's just going to prime the eye, and it's a brighter colour, so it's going to make all the shadows on up top stick out. So I'm going to be taking the BHCOSMETICS No. 5 brush and popping this, buffing it all over the lid area. Once we're looking a little bit crazy and we've got the primer on, I'm going to be using the Primark setting powder. This is the setting powder in Banana, I believe. It's ideal for baking. It's only £3. What we're going to do is we're just going to set that primer in place. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, pop it into the lid, put it on a fluffy brush, and then just pat it all over the lid, and then just slightly buff it out with a fluffier brush. So now we are all ready and set to go with the eyes. I didn't want to complicate things too much, so I'm just going to be using MAC shadows in the crease. This is my self-made palette. That isn't all magnetic, so it might fall out. But I'm going to be going in with this colour right here, and this one is a soft brown. I love to use this as my transition colour. So just taking a little bit of this on a MAC 224. As per usual, we're going to pop this into the crease and a little bit higher. Once we've got that transition colour down, I'm going to take a MAC 217, and I'm going to go into the shade Corduroy, or Corduroy. It's a little bit cooler. And I'm going to be popping this right into the crease. We want to keep the transition and the crease quite soft. And then we want the lid colour, the DESI and KATY lid colour, to do all of the talking. I don't know if it's just me, but when I do my eyes like this first and then do my foundation, I can never kind of judge how much eye makeup to put on. I feel like that. I feel like it's not smoky enough, or I feel like I always go a little bit lighter than what I would do if I had foundation on. I don't know. Let me know down below if you guys are like that too. Okay, because I feel like I need a little touch more depth, I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is Handwritten by MAC, again on a BHCOSMETICS number 7 brush. And I'm going to pop this right into my crease now, and maybe even just a little bit coming down onto my lid and blending that out. I'm kind of taking this colour and like hugging it around the crease, all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner, just kind of hugging it to give me a little bit of depth there. Now I'm going to be using the Dose of Colours DESI x KATY collab, the eyeshadow palette in the Gals. Can we just take a second? Like, it is so beautiful, so beautiful. The packaging is so beautiful. I'm going to be taking the shade Harpoon. I've already wet my brush. I didn't really want to use my finger. I've wet my brush with a bit of Fix Plus. I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to be popping it on to my lid area and just seeing what happens basically. Okay, so I didn't feel like I was getting enough out of it with a brush, and I know it says that you're supposed to use it with a finger, so I've gone ahead and just put on a little bit of Harpoon, and then I'm just going to dab it on, and I think that is so much better when you put it. It's such a beautiful colour. When you put it on with your finger, it's just that I can't get into these inner corners. Okay, so this shade is absolutely stunning. It's kind of like an olive with gold flecks in. You guys know that I'm not really about like the bright eyes or like bright colors on my eyes, but this is so nice. It's like a pop of color. It's got a bit of olive in, which is still neutral with the gold flecks, and it goes quite nicely with the brown transition color as well. I absolutely love it. It looks very wet on the eyes, and you could probably just get away with putting this on the eyes and you don't really need anything with it. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up any fallout that I may have. Now, because things are not being done in order, I want to do my face so I can really appreciate the eyes and then add to them, add highlight and things like that afterwards. So I'm going to start by just priming my skin and also moisturizing it at the same time. I'm going to be using the Nivea Soft Refreshingly Soft Moisturizing Cream, as well as the Melanie Mills Hollywood Sandra Deluxe Gleam Body Radiance, and this is the Peach Deluxe, which I absolutely love. I'm going to mix them together and then pop this all over my face and neck area, and it's going to give me a really nice radiance, but it's also going to help prime the skin. So I hope you can see that this has added so much radiance to my skin. Oh my gosh, it looks healthier straight away. I was feeling quite tired and I felt like my skin looked a little bit sallow. Is that what it's called? Yeah, sallow and grey and a bit taut. But using this has saved my life. Like, my skin looks so plump, so healthy, and so radiant. Moving on to foundation, I'm going to be using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I haven't picked this up in a while. I use the shade number 9, and then I'm going to be mixing that with a little bit of MAC's Face and Body in the shade C5, just to lighten it a little bit. Shit. I'm upset because I've already got some foundation on the Gals palette. Can you see it? So annoying. Mixing these two both together and using a damp beauty blender, I'm going to blend this all over my skin, neck and chest area. There's one thing that I don't like about doing the eyes first. It's the need to be like really careful around my eye area right here, and then really needing to watch them brows as well. For concealer, I think you guys already know I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear in the shade NC45 and mixing it with NC42. And as per usual, just popping this underneath my eyes to help conceal the darkness around my eyes and a little bit around my mouth area as well. Now I'm feeling a little bit better because I've got my base on, but I'm feeling a little bit one-dimensional. To add a little bit of dimension and highlight to my face, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum, and this is in the shade number 5, Sand. It's just going to help highlight. I'm going to be popping it underneath my eyes, down my T-zone area as well, and then again just buffing that out using a damp beauty blender. I'm quickly just going to drop these because they're super annoying. Now we're jumping back and forth, but I'm going to move back to eyes so I can complete them really nicely for you guys. I'm going to go back into the MAC Shadow Soft Brown with the MAC 224, just working on my lower lash line and buffing that out. Don't you hate it when you literally can't find anything? I put this brush down a second ago. Can't find it. Then going back into my corduroy, I'm going to be taking a little bit of this again on my 217 and then popping this on my lower lash line as well. I'm going to take that detailer buffing brush and then kind of just clean up where some glitter might have gone, just to keep that green olive colour on the lid. So I do know that I want to keep this makeup quite subtle, quite clean, quite elegant. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the Dose of Colors Desi x KATY highlighter in Mirame. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to be taking it on a little pencil brush and adding a little bit of highlight into my inner corner and also onto my brow bone. So I'm just going to be adding a touch of Maybelline's Big Shot Mascara to my lashes before I apply any falsies. And then for lashes, because you guys know that I am a lashes gal, I'm going to be using these ones by BHCOSMETICS in the style D302. They're similar to Ardell Wispies. They're quite fluffy but also quite natural at the same time, so you're going to be able to see my eye makeup shine through, and I'm going to be popping them on with a little bit of Duo Glow. Once the lashes are down, I'm going to be popping on a little bit of this NYX Wonder pencil. It's just a nude shade in my waterline, just to open my eyes up a little bit. Once that is done, I'm just going to be applying a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. Okay, so now that I'm happy with how my eyes are looking, I'm going to move on to highlight, you guys. Some of you guys know that I like to highlight before I bronze, just so it doesn't leave me with a stripe of highlight. And I'm going to be using Mirame. I'm so excited to be using this as a highlight because it is a beautiful colour. And I'm just going to take this on a fluffy brush and then I'm going to apply it to all the high points of my face. This highlighter is banging. It's like a highlighter that you would use if you didn't want it crazy like NikkisTutorials highlight straight off the bat, but it's going to make your skin look wet. You know, like the Tonya Burr illuminator that I really like? I think it's kind of a dupe for that. It's very similar in shade and it makes your skin look wet, but it's not like, oh, there's so much highlight on her face and you can see it, if that's what makes sense. It's like a dewy, wet glow. Now for bronzer, I'm actually going to be using the BHCOSMETICS contour palette. It is a contour palette, but I feel like the shades in there are a lot warmer. And I'm going to be taking these two colours and mixing them together and then just warming up my skin as I usually do on my cheeks and on my temple area as well. So I really want to show you guys what Hot Fire looks like on the lips. It is their liquid lipstick, which is like a neon reddy orange. But I'm not too sure if I was going to go with the eyes, so I'm going to try it out anyway. To start off with, I'm going to be lining with MAC's lip pencil in the shade Brick, which is going to give me a little bit of depth and darkness. Now that my lips are lined, I'm going to be using Hot Fire. I cannot wait. I'm going to be popping this all over the lip and hoping for the best. Okay, so this is Hot Fire on the lips. Personally, I'm not feeling it on me. It's a bit too, it's coming off really orange on camera, but it's a bit too, I don't want to say vibrant, but maybe not the right tone of reddy orange. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. I also think that it might be a little bit too much for this eye look, but I do like it. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm not used to it. I kind of just don't like it on me. It makes me feel a bit clownish. So I'm going to take this off because I know that it stains. And then we're going to go in with the nude lip. But if you did want a bright, bold lip for this one and you wanted to try Hot Fire, this is what it would look like on a tan skin with Harpoon on the eyes. Okay, so for a nude lip, I'm going to start off by lining my lips using the NYX Suede lip liner. And you already know it's going to be Sandstorm. I'm going to fill my lips in completely with this color and it's going to give me just a little bit of depth and dimension to my lip. Then for lipstick, I'm going to be using the shade More Creamer Please. This shade is absolutely insane. Like, it is a sort of warm tone brown. Now warm tone browns, I don't actually own one. All kind of beigey brown nude tones always come up a little bit more pink on my lips. So I'm excited to try this out. Okay, so guys, I really like this color. The only way that I can explain it is it's just very nude, so you can put like a really smoky eye with this. It's just very nude, sort of kind of blends in. And I don't have anything like this. I really like it. Okay, so just to show you guys, I'm going to mix it with a little bit of their other lipstick, which is also nude, called No Shade. I love the name. And I'm going to be popping this just into the center and then giving it a quick finger blend. Now, you guys know that I love a matte lip, but when I saw this gloss, and Desi showed us this gloss on, I believe it was her sister-in-law, the over-the-top gloss, it looked so beautiful. So I've got it and I haven't yet tried it. I'm going to try it over this lipstick and hopefully it's going to make my lips look so beautiful and plump. Okay, so this is what the lips look like with the over-the-top gloss. If I'm honest, I don't actually enjoy it. Not the actual product itself, but I don't like it with the look, with the wet eyes and the glossy lips. So I'm going to change that back to a matte lip. This is what it would look like if you wanted to wear the gloss with it. My pet peeve is actually when you get glosses and they get dirty, so they have the lipstick on there. There's nothing to stop that. I think this would be a lot nicer. Oh, actually, you can kind of just swipe it off and it sort of comes off. But it is one of my pet peeves. I just don't like it. It kind of cringes me out. I don't know why. But if you did want a glossy lip, this is what it would look like. Now to finish the look off, I'm going to be dousing myself in the MAC Fix Plus as per usual. And that will just help set and finish this whole look. Okay, so I had so much fun at creating that look. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a quick rundown. I don't want it to be too lengthy of the DESI times KATY Dose of Colors collab. This is absolutely stunning. The visuals are stunning. You guys have probably already seen them. I think they look absolutely insane. Now the packaging, unreal, beautiful, very DESI and KATY, very glam, but then also very, very nude, which is what I do like about the collection. I think it's beautifully packaged, and I'm a sucker for packaging. I feel like most of your customer audience are going to be a sucker for packaging just because they like something that looks nice. Now, if I'm going to start off with the products one by one, I'm going to start off with the eyeshadow palette, which is the Girls. This eyeshadow palette is insane. I'll give you guys a little bit more of an update when I've used all of the colors. But Harpoon's insane. It's so beautiful, so wet looking, and it's got so much dimension to it, which I like. And I'm pretty sure that these colors are gonna be nice as well. I think it's a really good shade selection. Is that what you call it? A shade selection in the palette, because you've got neutrals. They're all kind of very neutral. Even though you've got olive and you've got more of a purpley brown, it's still neutral. You've not got like any shocking colors that you probably wouldn't use on a daily basis, I suppose. So you've got like your evening colors and then your day colors, which I really like about the palette. Now moving on to highlighter, this one is Mirame. I didn't get Fugo. I think I was supposed to put Fugo in my basket and instead of Mirame, but I ended up getting Mirame, which is fine. It is a beautiful sort of champagne-y rose goldish color is what people have been explaining it as, but on me and on my skin tone, on a darker skin tone, it just comes up wet looking. I would very, very, very much associate it, and if you wanted a cheaper dupe, the Tanya Burr Warm Bronze Illuminator is very similar to it in terms of they're both warm bronzes, so they're not like the Laura Geller Gilded Honey that is like a shock factor. It's not like that, and it's not like Oh Darling, because Oh Darling by MAC is very, very gold. These are very warm and bronzy, so on a tan skin they look very wet and very, very nice. So I am loving this highlighter, and of course we love the packaging too. The lips, you guys saw me try on Hot Fire. Hot Fire is hot fire. It's very much like the name. However, I just don't know if it really suited me. Let me know down below, because maybe I'm just not used to a bright color. However, I've seen it on a fairer skin tone, and someone like I Love Sorai looks absolutely insane in it. It is beautiful. Maybe if I was just wearing like a very delicate natural lashes with Hot Fire, I would like it a little bit more. But nonetheless, I do love the color. It is very neon in tone. If I was gonna show you guys a dupe, the only dupe that I've come across would be Lipland's liquid lipstick, and this is from the Amrezy collection in the shade Brooklyn. Now Brooklyn is a little bit more kind of reddy pinky toned, however it's got that neon factor to it, so that's the only kind of dupe that I can show you guys that I personally have. Now moving on to lipstick, I'm so happy that I bought both of their nude shades, and I love how they've got their signatures on the lipsticks. I think that is a really, really nice personal touch, and you can tell that they've really looked at detail. This one is in the shade More Cream Please, and it's got that kind of really warm brown undertone. Now, like I said in the video, I don't have anything that's very warm in brown. Any neutrals that I do have come up a little bit pink, so it's nice to have something like this, and I absolutely love, love, love the tone. I think if you are more of a tan skin or a darker skin, this is going to look a lot nicer on you. I feel like no shade's going to come up lighter. Now the only dupe that I can think of, or that I've seen, or that is in my collection that is similar, that is also warm, but it's not the same color, it's a little bit darker, would be the J. Manuel lipstick in the shade Mirage. It is again that sort of warm tone brown. It's kind of the brown that I call like a concealer type nude is what I call. And usually I wouldn't steer towards them, and that's why I think I haven't got any of them. However, I really like it with this eye color, and I think it just really complements my skin tone. Then moving on to the lipstick shade No Shade. It is a lot lighter than the other one, and it is peachier. It is a peachy nude, which I do love. I think on a tan skin it's nice. However, I think I wouldn't be able to wear it on its own. I would need to pair it with a darker lip liner, which is absolutely fine. I think if you're fairer than me, this would be a beautiful nude. I think it is like not an exact copy, I wouldn't say that at all, but it is very, very, very similar to MAC's Peach Stock. So if you want to get something similar to No Shade, then I would go for Peach Stock, and I'm pretty sure that Peach Stock is one of Lusterluck's, so Katy's favourite nudes from MAC. I think I've seen it in a video, so it would make sense as to why they would have tones that they obviously like and they are kind of driven towards, and Peach Stock is one of the dupes for No Shade. Now I just want to talk about the over the top gloss. This gloss is absolutely insane. I just don't think that I liked it with this look and on top of a lipstick. I think if you're wearing it on its own, just on its own, I think it would be absolutely beautiful. Now a dupe for the over the top gloss, I can't actually think of one other than the MAC's Dazzle Gloss. This is obviously in the shade Like Venus, and it's a pink gloss, but it's the same sort of, what do you call it, like it's got the glitter in it, and it gives you more of a powdery effect. So if you went back to MAC and you found something with gold flecks, I'm pretty sure you could find something that was a dupe for it. It is beautiful because it's not sticky at all, whereas the Dazzle glosses are very sticky. But if you wanted a dupe and you wanted it now, then I would go to MAC and see what you can find in their Dazzle Gloss range. So overall, I just wanted to say congratulations to Desi and Katy on their collab with Dose of Colors. I think their collection is amazing. I know they worked so hard on it, and it's beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. So if they want to come out with more, I will be sure to buy. But I guess that is it. I'm going to move on to my outro. And that is it, guys, for this makeup look. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I was so excited to create it when it arrived in the post. I was itching to create a look for you. I am shocked with every single product. I want to say again, congratulations to Desi and Katy. They are absolutely incredible makeup artists, and they know what they're doing, and they know what people want. So congratulations to you guys. I would recommend that if you do want to get the products, they're out of stock at the moment, but they will be restocking in September, so you can get your hands on them as per usual. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. I would like to get to know if I could.